Welcome back to the AB Scale Project. I'm Krieger. This is Alpha Bravo, and today we're starting off with the Walmart exclusive Seaspray. Now, this was a surprise to me because I didn't even know they were making another Seaspray mold, and all of a sudden it comes out in the minifigure update line that Walmart were just doing, where these are on cards and bubbles. So cool. Yeah, we got a brand new mold, and it looks really good. Turn around here. Packs away really cleanly. I mean, you can't do much about the propellers up here because that's part of being Seaspray. So that's acceptable. It's really good. Articulation wise, arms do everything you want. They opted for a hand dip instead of a wrist rotation. Head is on a ball joint, kind of stiff, but it is a ball joint. As the waist, legs can do whatever you want the legs to do. Knee here, pretty good. The foot likes to pop out. Come here, and a little bit of ankle tilt. But that's enough to do it. And when we get in transformation, the way they did the feet is pretty cool, so that you can have cool looking flat feet. Another good thing with this head sculpt, because they made the visor so big, that if you wanted to go in there and put in the blue dots and make him look like the cartoon, that's really all you have to do. I'm sure they will do a mainline release of him in the anime darker blue, and they might alter the head to take away the grill on the faceplate and make it look like the animation, but I think this is good as it is. Just put in the two blue dots, and that's really all you need. Alright, put him next to the current winner, the Titan Return here, and yeah, it's a lot bigger. And I've talked about this, where the new mini spies are about the size of deluxes now. Doesn't really match the scale, but the aesthetic and the posability, I think, are worth it. Plus, like, things like the knee for this Seaspray was at his ankle, so yeah, and plus we get an ankle tilt. It just looks a lot more proportional. Yeah. And then just the tiny little face on that guy. So, yeah, there's a lot of improvements, and yeah, you have to go kind of a macro scale to do that. And Seaspray was a little bit bigger in the animation, kind of like Warpath. So you can kind of forgive this one. But again, if you want the look, we're going to have to get the bigger mini bots. All right, let's go ahead and look at the hovercraft mode. And here we have Seaspray in his hovercraft mode. And if you can get more G1 toy than this, I don't know how. This is like the best of going back to the original G1 alt mode. It wasn't the super realistic hovercraft. It was that cartoony, stylized, what they could do for a tiny hovercraft at the time. But I dig it. This is like as G1 as you can get. I love it. This is great. The gun can mount up here, so that's pretty cool. It's got a little deck up here. Keep it all tabbed in. Now the cool thing, really hollow underneath, and that's because all of these things that fold back during transformation to make the flat feet all store on that hollow space, but when you pull it all out, it makes the most G1 alt mode of any Seaspray. So yeah, I mean, maybe the Masterpiece scale that the third-party companies made, but yeah, I like it. So let's bring in the Titan's Return here. Go ahead and put Alpha out so we can see, because this really needs a 3/4 view so you guys can see the difference. Like this one, they tried to make it look like the actual tactical hovercraft and stuff like that, and try to make it look as real as possible, but we really wanted the cartoony one. So yeah, let's do a spin on those. Yeah. Is this more realistic? Yes. Is it more closed out in the back? Yes. Is it, less hollow? Yes. I still like this one better. It reminds the The original G1 Seaspray toy was one of my favorites because I love that hovercraft mode, and this just brings it to the fore. So, yeah, it looks great. No wheels, doesn't really hover either, but it's pretty neat. And the things spin. It does everything it needs to. Wheels would have been nice, but yeah, wheels are in short supply for some reason lately. All right, let's go ahead and make our final decision. So, is this our new IDW G1 Seaspray? Yes. Even though it is a little bit too tall and doesn't have the punch of the G1, it still looks like this, like the original model. Just put in the blue dots. And if you really want to get creative, you can fill in the grill, make it look like the animation. But to me, it doesn't have to be slavishly animation. I think this makes a good in between from the toy and the animation. And I call it good. So, our new IDW G1 Seaspray is the Walmart exclusive minifigure Seaspray. Alright, let's go on to the next one. And finally for today, we've got Venom. Now, I'm pretty excited about this because we haven't really gotten a new Venom toy out of anybody since G1. And of course, this came from Tataku Toys, where they say, "What's a license agreement?" But yeah, he looks pretty good. I like all the detail in him. Yeah, the wings are kind of awkwardly put back there, but that's part of the G1 carryover. And all his legs down the back. Yeah, he looks pretty good. He comes with his axe, which you can pop around to take this off. You can have the gun, and this can still be a hatchet on that side. So that's a thing you can do, but I just like leaving it as the axe. Because what's scarier than a giant insect? A giant insect with an axe. So, yeah. Head is on, not a ball joint, as you can see, kind of a two-way joint there. But he gets lots of look up so he can fly, so that's kind of cool. Can look down and has a rotation in there, so it gets the job done. Arms, you have to watch out of it popping out. Get that pop back out again, or popping in, I should say, and get it popped back out. Okay, there we go. Yeah, moving around. The hands like to come unpopped. There we go. Nothing really in the hands. He has a waist down there. Legs go until they hit kibble, and lots of knee bend, just because that's part of the transformation. Some super extreme ankle tilt. Again, part of the transformation, but still funny. So yeah, he's pretty good. I mean, aside from the wings hampering his arm movement, which I've seen some people do some fixes online for that, it's a really good figure. All right, bring in the G1, my well-loved second-hand G1, which maybe I could convince to stand on its own. All right, and you see how they transferred everything over, and I think it was pretty effective. That's really about it, all I have to say about it. I'm just really excited to have a Venom. All right, let's check out the bug mode. And here we have Venom in his bug mode. He looks very buggy. So, yeah, looks pretty good. And one thing I liked about the original G1 and this one is that the visor for the robot mode became the mouth for the bug mode. So that's pretty cool. And you see it underneath there. Yeah. Wings can come up, go out, wherever you want to do them. Just like got two pivots there. So that's pretty cool. And then underneath you got all 6 legs, and these are on a ball joint. Limited on the outward, but still you could wobble them around, move them forward, back as much as you want. We'll go ahead and take their suggestions there. And yeah, overall it just looks really good. We'll bring in the G1. And my G1 doesn't have any wings, but you can see that it's practically the same. It's not a lot done different. So I like it. Get a top view here so you can see. I mean, that's pretty neat. You even got the bolt holes on both of them, and they turn those two bolt holes into combat ports. So that's really cool. I like it. So, like I said, this is probably the best of the G1 readaptations for the Deluxe Insecticons. All right, let's go ahead and do our final determination. So, is this our new IDW G1 Venom? Yeah, I mean, articulation alone, it's our new winner. So, our new winner is the Venom, but before we go, let's go ahead and do some side-by-side stuff. We'll leave Venom in the center. How about that? Venom with his G1 counterpart. Bring in Barrage with his G1 counterpart. My thing doesn't want to stay up. Let's get... This guy's got so much kibble, it's hard to get them all in the shot cleanly. Alright, bring in Chop Shop and his G1 equivalent. Yeah, those guys are really fun with their tines. Alright, and finally, bring in Ransack with his... Alright, move the camera over. There we go. There's our full set of G1 and the upgrade. Man, it's really hard to get those in the shot. The G1s and their upgrades. So, I'm really happy to have a full set of Deluxe Insecticons. Is it because that I had some sort of great attachment to their characters? No, because they really didn't have much characterization. But for the obscure Bandai molds that that we thought we'd never see again, it's nice to see them all back. Will we ever see any of these in their original news of their originals? I mean, as far as Barrage goes, this is probably the most remolding we're going to get for a original Barrage mold, so we're probably not going to get another Barrage mold. This is close enough to Shrapnel's mold that really you don't need to change it. Really, Ransack's the one that needs the most deviance from the kickback mold, but we'll probably never see that. This is probably the best we're going to get for Deluxe Insecticons. So yeah, go ahead and take the G1s out so you can see all the updates together and how they look. So you get the full team shot. Yeah. Yeah, I think they look good together. All right, let's wrap this up. And that's it for today. Thank you for joining me on the AB Skull Project. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, ring that bell, and I'll see y'all later.